Yo, all right. So this is the PlayStation. And it's kind of cool. So you can like click around with that thing in your hand. They call that the controller. Anyway, so you would just to start off loadouts. It's just like the other Battlefield. I mean, you played Battlefield 4, you played Battlefield 1. So you have the assault class, engineer, support, and then recon. So if we go into my account, you can have three loadouts, but I'll just go to this loadout here. This is the one I snipe with. So what's different about this game? Classes aren't subjected to one type of gun. So in other words, since I'm playing recon, which is technically a sniper, excuse me, I still have. I'm retarded. I still have access to assault rifles, carbines, SMGs, machine guns, DMRs, and sniper rifles, which is your class's signature weapon. You can see that on the upper left. So there's a little penalty when you don't use your class weapon, but it's never really been a problem. So these are the sniper rifles available. I don't have that unlocked. Oops. This one apparently is the best one, or at least it's the one that I get killed with the most. Before the recent update, which was a few days ago, it was like you could shoot somebody in the fucking toe with this and you'd get an instant kill. They've made sniping a lot harder. But in this game, you have to worry about velocity and bullet drop and all that nonsense, depending on how far away you are. Um, the bigger problem with using a sniper rifle, no matter what scope you use, I might be wrong about what scope, but you're going to use a high powered, like a 6X plus, to see far away. You're going to have glare. And what that is if you're up there on a hill, every time you ADS looking through your scope, that scope is going to make a shine like a flashlight, and it's bright. So I could be a half a mile away in the game and I can see it. So I know there's a sniper up there. There's ways around that. You kind of peek, turn it all, look, don't look, look, don't look. Don't just constantly be looking through it. But, it may not bother you. But what I've done is I've gone to so if you look at like the DMG and the rate of fire, and the mag is how many bullets. So if you look at like the sniper rifles, you got 62 damage. So unless the guy is low on health, even a headshot's not going to be an instant kill. Okay, but if you go with that one, which for some reason, I didn't do the challenge to unlock it, that will headshot somebody in an instant death, and most chances are they can't respawn or they can't be revived by a medic because they're toast. There's another one, so 100% damage headshot. There you go. So they all pretty much, for some reason, the mini scout does less, but it has a faster rate of fire. Okay, and especially when you're playing casual with the bots. The bots are good because I'll show you later. Say I need ammo, they'll throw you a crate. I'll show you how to do that. So those are the sniper rifles. They're one-hit killers if you hit them in the head. What I use is the DMRs. See, it says precision rifle chambered in the powerful blah, blah, blah. It's lethal, blah, 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 blah. The difference here is the maximum damage, and that's the one I use, is 66. So I have to pop the guy twice to get the kill. The rate of fire is 150, so it's like pop, pop. It's not that fast. It's not like an M1, you know. But the advantage here, no matter what scope I use, and see if you're on the gun, you can hit customize. You see the upper left, and then you hit it again. And this is all the things you can do to change your gun. And all of these things matter. You know, the type of ammo, I'm using penetration, all your scopes, and now you have to unlock all of these. You'll have a basic one, but you have to unlock them. And playing casual is the fastest way to unlock shit. Most important thing is the suppressor, because you don't want to be, and you're going to have to wait a while to get that, because if you look, it doesn't tell me. If you look on the right hand side in the middle, there's that gold icon and it says 30. That means I'm master or mastery 30. When you first start using the gun, you're mastery 1. To unlock a suppressor, you may have to wait until you're mastery 24, right? So you got to play a lot before you get that suppressor unlocked. But that's what's good about casual, because it'll make it unlock faster. But anyway, the reason why I use the DMR is because even though it's not a headshot and he's done, unless he's damaged, then he's done. No matter what scope I use, there's no glint. So no one knows where the hell I am. When I do snipe, you know me, I go back and forth between like running around and sniping. And if I'm suppressed and there's no glint, then, you can find yourself a nice little nook, get your coffee machine up there and, a little black and white TV, and stay up there until someone spots you. Unless you want to use a sniper rifle where when you aim down sights, someone could see you. The other thing in there is you have your secondary weapon is a handgun, whatever. The gadgets. I use C4. That's me, as you can see in the image down there, blowing up tanks, right? And I also use the claymores, because I'm an aggressive player. Somebody steps on and he's dead. Better gadgets for you would be the laser designator. So if you look in the movie down there, you could designate targets. Trying to think if that was the only one. Yeah, and you can spot enemies. So, it's like a pair of binoculars you could leave there. You could leave it on the ground, or you could use it, and when you spot an enemy, it's going to show up on the mini-map. So, like it says, it's for advanced spotting and allows you to mark targets. So if you see a tank rolling by, you can beep it, mark it, like it shows you in that video there, and then it shows up wherever that bitch drives. He stays on the mini-map for the rest of the crew to take his ass out. And then the other thing that I would recommend is, which is the best, is the recon drone. So you're literally just flying it, and, you could blow up things with it, like mines and stuff, and you target enemies. That's going to help you too. Like, where the hell are they? And you could fly around safely, spot them, and then get back into your boom, just like it shows in the video. So that's the basics. Show you, and this is where we play a lot, casual breakthrough. So it's, if Carl watches this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 8 versus 8 real players, and the rest is filled up with bots. Let me see. Yeah, you can't select maps. It just does it. Let me see if I can get on a particular map and show you just some of the gadgets and stuff. All right, this is a good sniping map. Game's already started. It's basically attack or defend. Let me change this. I'll change it to the drone to show you the drone in action. And this is, spawn in. Spawn in at headquarters.
Be advised, enemy forces are dug in across multiple sectors.
You run faster with your knife.
Secure all territory. Move out.
So, I'll show you the drone. And you can see me lighting up enemies. Everything that turns orange is what we kill. So I'm alerting the whole team where these bitches are. And it makes it a lot easier for them to kill because they're lit up. They're on the mini-map. It lights up anything that's an enemy. Now it has a battery, so eventually it'll run out. And I'll see if I can get a snipe in, but I'm not using a sniper rifle, I'm using a DMR. These aren't all real players. Nope. Oh, he took off pretty quick, didn't he?
Contact! Hostile troop sighted!
There you go. Sorry, my thumb keeps hitting that button. There's a lot of damn smoke in the game, which sucks as a sniper. Try to move positions. You always want to lay down. So I took 3 bullets, but and then I got sniped, or sort of, and that was a bot that killed me. But anyways, you see it took 3 bullets, and they were pretty much to the head, but I think the gate in the way had something to do with that. All right, man, so that's that. Get your ass on.
Reps of losses coming in. Watch your backs.